why your boundaries don't work on them. It is because some people aren't just crossing your lines. They're rewriting the map while you're trying to read it. If you've ever felt like you're losing a game, you didn't even know you were playing, you're likely being manipulated. This isn't about being paranoid. It is about being prepared. We are breaking down the psychological armor you need to spot these tactics before they drain you dry. The first tactic is moving goalposts. This is a game where the rules change the second you're about to win. Imagine a friend who asks for a favor, say helping them move. You spend your entire Saturday lifting heavy boxes, but when you're done, they don't say thank you. Instead, they say, yeah, but you didn't help me unpack the kitchen, so the day was kind of a waste. Or you finally save up to buy that car they said would make you cool enough to hang out with their group, only for them to tell you, actually, that model is basic now. You need the upgrade. This works because it exploits your natural desire for closure and validation. You are wired to want to finish what you start and earn the reward of social approval. The manipulator knows this, so they keep the reward just out of reach. You end up in a state of learned helplessness mixed with hyper-performance, constantly chasing a good job that will never come. Watch out for these red phrases. Yeah, but you didn't. That is not enough. Now prove that you actually care by, or I would have been impressed if you had also done X. Your defense move. Stop running. When the goalpost moves, call it out immediately. Say, I met the original agreement we had. If you need more help later, we can discuss a new time. But for today, I've done what I promised. If they can't be satisfied, stop trying to satisfy them. Their lack of satisfaction is their problem, not your failure. Next is forced teaming. This is a sophisticated way to bypass your natural defenses by creating a fake us vs them mentality. A manipulator will use we language to make it feel like you're both on the same team, even if you barely know them or don't agree with them. For example, a toxic friend might say, we both know that Sarah is the reason our group is falling apart, or we need to make sure we don't let the boss find out about this. By including you in the we, they make it socially awkward for you to disagree without feeling like a traitor. This works because humans are social animals. We have a deep-seated fear of being cast out of the tribe. When someone says we, your brain subconsciously registers a bond. It makes resistance feel like a personal betrayal of the friendship, rather than a simple difference of opinion. Listen for these phrases. We're in this together. We both know the truth. We need to handle this, or people like us have to stick together. Your defense move, reclaim your I. When they say we, respond with I. We both hate the new guy, reply with I actually haven't formed an opinion on him yet. Breaking the we breaks the spell. It signals that you are an independent thinker who cannot be absorbed into their agenda. Then we have covert contracts. These are perhaps the most frustrating tactic because they involve rules you never signed up for. A friend does something nice for you, like buying you a coffee. Without you asking later, they get furious because you didn't give them a ride to the airport. When you're confused, they snap. After everything I do for you, I bought you that coffee. They have a secret ledger in their head where they are tracking favors. You never agreed were loans. This works because it weaponizes your sense of fairness. Most people want to reciprocate kindness. Manipulators use this reciprocity reflex to trap you. They perform acts of service as investments, then collect the interest in the form of your compliance or guilt. Red flag phrases include, you should have known. If you were a real friend, you'd know what I need. I thought it was obvious, or I shouldn't have to ask. Your defense move. Demand clarity. If someone does something nice that feels like a trap, say, I appreciate the gesture, but I want to be clear that I can't return the favor right now. If they punish you later for a rule you didn't know existed, say, I cannot fulfill expectations that aren't communicated. If you need something from me, please ask directly in the future. Fourth is splitting. This is a psychological defense mechanism where a person sees the world in black and white. In a friendship, this looks like idealization followed by devaluation. 1 week, you are the best friend I've ever had and the only person who understands me. The next week, because you missed a single text, you are selfish, just like everyone else, and a terrible person. There is no middle ground where you are just a human who made a mistake. This works because the idealization phase feels like a drug. Being put on a pedestal gives you a massive ego boost. When they inevitably knock you off that pedestal, you will do anything. Apologize for things you didn't do, work overtime to please them, just to get back to that perfect status. Watch for "You're the only one I can trust," followed eventually by "You're the worst thing that ever happened to me," or "I hate you, never talk to me again." Your defense move: refuse the pedestal. When someone starts over, the top praising you early in a friendship, stay grounded. Say, "I'm glad we're friends, but I'm human, and I'll probably let you down eventually." When they flip to the devaluation side, don't chase them. Let them sit in their anger. You are not a saint or a demon. You are a person. Fifth is emotional blackmail. This is a direct attack on your empathy. It is a mechanism where fog is created: fear, obligation, and guilt. A friend might say, "If you go to that party without me, I'm going to hurt myself, or if you don't lend me the money, I'll have to tell everyone about that secret you told me in middle school." They are holding your peace of mind hostage to force your hand. This works because it targets your best qualities, your compassion and your loyalty, and turns them into weapons against you. You stay not because you want to be there, but because you are afraid of the consequences if you leave. Common phrases: "If you leave, I'll kill myself," "I'll tell everyone your secrets, you'll regret this," or "How could you do this to me after I've been so depressed?" Your defense move: do not negotiate with terrorists. If someone threatens self-harm, call emergency services or a professional. Don't try to be their therapist. If they threaten your reputation, remember that the truth is your best shield. Often the best move is to let them do their worst. Once they have no more leverage to use against you, they lose all power. Finally, we have breadcrumbing. This is the act of sending out just enough crumbs of attention to keep you hooked, without ever intending to give you the full meal of a real friendship. They might text you out of the blue after a month of silence, just to say thinking of you, then disappear again for 3 weeks. They make vague plans like we should totally hang out soon, but never actually commit to a date. This works because of intermittent reinforcement. In psychology, this is the most addictive schedule of reward. Since you don't know when the next crumb is coming, you stay hyper-focused on your phone, waiting for that hit of dopamine. You end up settling for crumbs because you're starving for the connection you used to have. Red flag phrases: "Maybe someday, I'm just so busy right now." "Let's see where things go," or "I'm not ready for a deep friendship yet." Your defense move: measure the effort, not the potential. Stop looking at who they could be and look at who they are being. If they only give you crumbs, stop showing up to the table. Invest your energy in people who offer a full seat and a full meal. Silence is an answer. Accept it and move on. You are now equipped with the vocabulary to see the invisible strings that others try to pull. Manipulation only works in the dark. By naming these tactics, you have turned on the lights. Remember, you are not mean for having boundaries, and you are not difficult for demanding clarity. You are simply protecting your peace. Knowledge is your armor, but action is your sword. Take a look at your social circle today. Does anyone come to mind while you were watching this? You don't have to be a victim of these patterns anymore. You have the power to walk away, the power to say no, and the power to choose who earns a place in your life. Stay aware, stay strong, and keep your guard up.